And let me see here. Boom and boom. All right. What's going on, family? Let me refresh before I do anything because we know how this goes. All right. We got audio. Boom, boom, boom. Audio there. Oh, there. Green screen. Locked and loaded. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Let me make sure the chat is on because that's a thing now. All right. We got action. What's going on, fam? How's everybody doing today? And we got my bro in the building. Let's go. Let me go ahead and get it all situated. Boom. And boom. There it is there. Let's go. Let's see here. Awesome sauce. What's good, family? Yes, I did. I ate today. We're good. No issues. All right. We got Mike in the building. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Like the Miami Heat have. My bad. That's not the Heat. That's the Hurricanes. Let's go. All right. All right.
How's everybody doing?
Switched up the swag on me today. What's going on, bro?
Doing good. Doing good. I can't see yet. Let me see. Let me check. Refresh to go live.
Let me see here.
Oh, here
Heat have.
Boom.
Awesome sauce. Let's go. Let me go ahead and shrink my big mug down. Let's jump right into some sauce today. All righty. And boom, we got action. All right. So, quick refresh of CoinGecko.com. Bitcoin's hanging out at $27,000. We've been having a little bit of a pullback this weekend. It kind of started around Thursday. So, market's been a little stagnant, nothing too wild. Ethereum's still hanging out at 1,800. Tether's at $1. BNB is at 314. USD coin still hanging out around $1. Who'd have thunk it? Right? We got XRP still below 50 cents, which is not a bad thing. Right? We got Cardano still below 40 cents. So we're still kind of having a little bit of dollar cost averaging territory going on. Pretty much everything in the market has been just kind of at a standstill. If we look at some of the top performers for the last 24 hours, The Graph, Lido, Radix, FracShare, BitDAO, and old Litecoin, right? And you can't forget about Rocket Pool right now. So for the most part, everything's kind of hanging out at some nice levels. I see Sui right now is trying to make a little bit of noise right now. I'm assuming that we may have another sell-off for Sui, and then we'll be able to make a nice move on it. So be patient with this project. I know it just landed on the list. Everybody's excited because it's a low cap, and they're like, "Oh my God, one of the low caps in the top 100." Just be patient. Be patient, fam. A lot of people knew about this project. More than I thought. So it was a lot of people like kind of whispering about it. I know it wasn't a whole lot of people in the mainstream talking about it, but it was definitely getting touted as one of the bigger projects to launch this year. So now that it's finally launched, just give it some time, let it settle, and then we'll find some pullbacks and get some really nice setups on this one as well. Curve right now looking pretty good. So yeah, for the most part, everything's looking pretty good. Nothing too wild or anything out of the norm going on right now. We were talking about these levels. And I mean, I can't make this stuff up. I'll draw it out for you guys on this chart so you guys can see what we were talking about here for the most part. All right, so you guys can see pretty clearly from low point, high point, we saw price slowly pulling back. I don't think that we're done yet. I think this area here is pretty much going to be the next go round where price wants to head to right now, guys. So we're just slowly working our way there. And as you can see, we've already made lower lows. So normally when we see a nice pullback, pulling back up like this on a daily, it's just setting up for another nice little sell-off. So don't be too up in arms. If we see price drop down and we get into the 25s and the 23s, that's pretty much the par for the course right now. We're just kind of allowing it to get into those zones, and we're going to find some nice setups. But in the mean and in between, take advantage of these sell opportunities on MT4. Take advantage of these sell opportunities on futures, like really get involved inside of some of these sell opportunities. And like I said, dollar cost averaging is still in play. Nothing wrong with you guys with grabbing portfolio projects already, getting a little exchange trading going on. This is normal stuff, family. And everybody's like, "Oh my God, I bought in. It's going lower. How low is it going to go?" Everybody thinks we're going to see like $700 ETH all of a sudden because Bitcoin's pulling back. And I'm like, look, I would love to see a $700 ETH. We're all wanting that to happen. So I don't know. Maybe it's just me. It's like I get like 3 people will hit me up like in panic mode, and the rest of the group is like, bro, let it go to 700. Like, I'm here for it. So I'm excited about where we're at right now. I know everybody's kind of like, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. I want to remind you of where we are, because some of you guys sound like SpongeBob with the I'm ready, I'm ready. Guys, we're far from breakout, take off, all-time high territory, guys. Like, we're still in the mix right now. Market's gonna move, it's gonna fluctuate. We're gonna get some pullbacks. I've already told you guys, anything from these areas pulling back now are all bullish pullbacks. Right, so we're gonna ride the momentum for sure. We're on higher time frames, so we're gonna take advantage of, you know, some of the moves up and the moves back. But when we get to these kind of areas here, we know the ratio of success for defined buy opportunities definitely goes up. If we drop lower, that's fine too, because we're still saying anything down in these areas also makes a ton of sense. All right, guys. So I'm telling you, family, just be patient. Dollar cost averaging is going to be your best friend. Trust me. Some of you guys are like, well, Kurt, I bought in and I want to see it go to the upside now. I put my first 37 cents in the market and I'm ready for it to turn into a Maserati already. Chill, relax, breathe. Linda, honey, Linda, listen. That's not how this works. It's not how any of this works. All right. I'm just going to remind you, since we're already on this chart, anybody that got in the gray area or the green area did not complain after the halving. Anybody that got in the gray area or the green area did not complain after the halving. Once again, anybody that got in the gray area or the green area did not complain after the halving. So right now, family, we are literally leaving the gray area, probably coming back to retest it while we're still in the green area. Breathe, relax. As they say back in the day, have a Coke and a smile. You're going to be all right. All right, family, like, we are in prime real estate territory right now. There is no, I'm too late. You're right on time. I promise you, you are right on time. Okay. Now, doubling back over here, I was looking into, you know, a couple of projects, and I know you guys are probably like, oh, here we go. There's different categories that we got to check out. Yes, because certain areas in the market are going to get more attention. We know the DeFi space is going to get bigger and bigger. And I was talking to one of my boys who's been in crypto since, he's a miner. He's been in crypto for, I want to say he started mining back in like 2011. So he's been deep in the game. Like, he has so much Bitcoin Cash and all that other crazy stuff. It don't even make any sense. He's been around just holding projects forever. So I was talking to him and I was like, dude, how do you feel about, you know, the altcoin space and things like that? And he's never been a big fan of altcoins, but he's buying Ethereum now. And I'm like, oh, you're waking. He's been like a maxi for the longest. And he was talking to me about DeFi. And he was saying that he knows that, you know, with the banks failing and things like that, they have to set up a new system now because the trust has just been lost, like, globally, not just, you know, from people who are dealing in and, you know, who are bankers and things. That globally, trust has been lost from banks. So they have to implement a new system. So now he's starting to see more people leaning into the DeFi space. He was like, and think about it. And he asked me this question. He says, I know you've been teaching. I know you've been doing your thing. He says, have you seen any news about DeFi in the last year and a half? And I was like, bro, you know what? It's been pretty quiet about DeFi. He said that's when, you know, they're building the on-ramps, they're building the plumbing, they're building the infrastructure. They are purposely keeping DeFi silent. They're not bringing it up on purpose. He said when it finally does hit again, it'll be so fast when you see the money flow into DeFi that if you weren't already in it, you're not going to know. You're not going to know. He said, bro, they're suppressing DeFi news. I was like, dude, he's like, think about it. Why would the top news be about pictures? He said, crypto, he said, Web3 is being talked about all over the world, and they're distracting everybody with pictures of frogs.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, you got a point. He was like, I'm just saying, man, we got a lot of big things on the horizon. And I thought about it, and I was like, this dude's usually like spot on when it comes to when things are about to happen, things are about to hit. Like, he called the whole halving situation so many times. He called when Bitcoin forked and made Bitcoin SV. He said all of that. I think he even called the price when it bounced off of like 3,000. So he's been on it for a long time. I usually check in with this dude often, but most of the time he's on a boat somewhere, so can't nobody find him. But he's definitely a good source, and he lives in Michigan, just in the upper areas of Michigan. So when you live in the UP, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, you never see people. Like, it's like out in the woods. Like, everything in Upper Michigan is just woods and mountains and lakes. So just getting a hold of him is a struggle in itself. So I'm looking at a lot of DeFi projects now. And I'm thinking to myself, like, dude, a lot of these projects are the usual suspects, but you start getting a little more excited about that because, like I told you guys, I get excited about projects that get quiet and that get boring. right? I see stuff like Maker, nobody's talking about it. I see stuff like Synthetics, nobody's talking about it. Curve, nobody's talking about it, right? Like Injector Protocol has silently worked itself into one of the top DeFi projects. Nobody's talking about it. Like it's just getting quieter and quieter. And he keeps saying when these CBDCs gets made, they're going to need some place to start utilizing them, right? And most people aren't going to trust a JP Morgan or a Chicago Mercantile Exchange to do this properly because they've never done it. So you're going to see those guys either partnering or purchasing big decentralized exchanges all over the globe. Or they're going to just start leaning into different blockchains. He said you're going to start seeing tribalism. It'll start to get crazy overnight. And I'm like, dude, that would be literally game over for the banking system if we start seeing JP Morgan buy, Pancake Swap or something crazy. And now all of a sudden we got tons of the world's money flowing into this stuff and it's all decentralized. So who knows? We'll see, right? It's fun to play pretend. But I like the fact that we can kind of think about this in a way where the DeFi market is starting to get more attention. And it only makes sense because the legacy system we have has been so flawed for so long. It's just time for people to start looking at something different. And if you don't want to believe me, a lot of these older politicians are just fading away, guys. Like they're not going to be in office forever. There's going to be change. There's going to be a new system implemented. So I'm getting you guys prepared. All right. And I'm thankful for you, Mike, because I'm so thankful that you don't have your window open and I get to see all that glorious Florida sun. No. Relax. You see what he did? He had to go run and open the blinds and ruin my day. All right. I was appreciating the nice, it was chill, it was mood lit, and then boom, then we come back, Cartier, Mike, hat to the back, right? Like, and there it is.
You called me, right? It's kind of, there's actually a thunderstorm, so it's actually not that sunny.
Oh man, it's like 70. It's like 70 in Detroit today, so it's not bad. No
I
complaints.
already checked Bentusky. Don't worry. I think you have some snow coming this week.
Listen, Michigan, you never know. It's no telling, seriously.
Well, yeah, just check Bentusky. If you know, you know. If you're new here, you don't know. And we're not talking about it today. No, definitely in agreement, bro, with where the market's at. We have some breaking news here, which we definitely need to talk about. And it is that Jim Cramer is once again bullish on the economy. So,
we know what that means.
We might see some sells in the market here. So yeah, he said this like yesterday. So we know what happens there. Now I've been showing this this diagram or this website, FDIC.government. This is a Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. And you can see obviously 3 of the biggest bank failures ever in the world have happened, this year. Interesting. But I want to go back and kind of just show you in 2006. Yeah, how many bank failures you think there were? There were none. Okay, there were none. This was right before everything went down. There was none. Okay, let's take a look at 2007. There was a couple, 3. And 2007 it started to get really bad in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
08 and 09 were really like those years where we crashed. This was 2008. It's actually not that bad. And look at what happens in 2009, like the delay, like 08. Look at what happens toward the end of 2009. Look at how many banks failed.
Jeez.
No, it's bad, bro. It's pretty bad. We're in July still. There goes May, April, March, January.
Dude.
So this is when crypto was created. This was the purpose of it. Right now, do we know if Bitcoin was created by the government? No, we don't know that. Nobody knows that. But whoever created it, it was created because it's the next shift in money. It's digital money. Okay, I think we could all understand that. And when you see this, so like I expect this to happen over the next 2 to 3 years. This struggle of banks and institutions. We know the FDIC only has like 1% of the actual money supply in the United States. And I believe they're going to have to print again, right? June 1st, Janet Yellen has, or the U.S. government has till June 1st to raise the debt ceiling, or we will default on our debt, which means we will not have money to pay our military. We will not have money to pay the interest that the United States owes on their debts. Okay, so I'm expecting a lot of volatility over the next, as we get closer to June 1st. So we're going to be in Germany then. So just understand that things could get really, really bearish still, and really, really volatile over the next couple of weeks toward the end of this month. Now, in other news, Bitcoin just hit. So the amount of wallet holding one Bitcoin just hit 1 million, which, is pretty much the all-time high right now, which shows that people are still accumulating and looking to hold BTC, which we know is the most decentralized crypto, why it was created, all of that. Now, if you're new here and you've been in DCX less than 2 weeks, let me know in the comments. Because sometimes your belief is going to get tested on, should I be paying attention to this? And I want you to take a look at this. Microsoft, Goldman Sachs, and other big firms are backing the launch of a blockchain called the Canton Network. Okay? Financial firms like Deloitte, S&P, and Moody's have come together to support the launch of this network, a blockchain designed to streamline financial markets with Web3 tech. Just come down here. The institutional adoption of Web3 tech was still robust. The announcement signals the firms still view blockchain tech positively regarding its potential despite a regulatory cloud. Now, these people that run these companies, they know what regulation is going to be already. And they would even do this if they didn't believe it was going to be maybe 60-40 pro-crypto, 40% against crypto, but they know it's going to be in favor of the United States wants crypto money, right? We would have been out of a lot of this debt if we had crypto money. So this is going to be big, and this is going to lead, I think, to some CBDCs. Right now in Texas and in Florida, CBDCs will be banned and will be illegal at a state level. The governor of Florida, DeSantis, and then the governor of Texas, I forgot his name. They're signing bills to make sure CBDCs are not allowed in our states. So more of a reason to move to one of those two states, but don't come to Miami because it's packed. Okay. You can see here so the Canton Network is addressing some of the most common hurdles, such as lack of privacy, control over data, trade-offs with chains that currently offer interoperability and scaling limitations. And starting in July, network participants will begin testing the networks. So this is something we're gonna watch out on. I wanted to bring this up because this could be a network that, we see the decentralization of it. This could be a model that other companies and other financial firms use. So this is cool to see them in the space. Now let's see if there's one validator, okay?
Yeah,
one person confirming the transactions and how they're tracking it. Very, very, very key. Now, I don't know if you guys even knew, maybe you haven't, but ETH actually was shut down, some of their transactions a couple of days ago. For about, I think, 15 to 25 minutes, the ETH network actually had some issues. On Thursday, blocks were being proposed but not validated during a 25-minute window on Thursday. And you can see here one of the ETH supporters, Adam Cochran, tweeted out, ETH beacon chain finality has now failed for over an hour. We are at an inactivity leak, and there is no denying this is a liveness fault, hoping that it's just an implementation issue. Something to pay attention to. They also announced their next upgrade, which should help the beacon chain and which should go into this whole thing called proto-dank sharding, which is really going to, and I know, Kurt, I want you to speak on this, is really going to benefit and reduce transaction costs for layer 2 rollups and solutions. So if you could speak on this maybe for a couple minutes. This is one of the upgrades.
I was talking about this earlier in the year. I know this upgrade will come towards the end of the year, like third quarter of this year. this is one of the reasons why I was telling you guys about some of the top layer 2 solutions for Ethereum, because this proto dank sharding is going to help the top layer 2s for ETH. So we talked about Polygon, Arbitrum, Immutable X, Optimism, Loopring. Like, a lot of these are already on the list. A lot of these are already products we've been talking about for years. So, like, I know Metis is one of the ones that we just saw Aave launch their layer 3 on right now. So there's tons of projects right now that are looking to get more attention, that are looking to build, but they want to make sure the layer 2s are so attractive that people utilize them to take a lot of the pressure off of Ethereum. One of the reasons why I think Polygon's going to have another crazy run again, because everybody realizes how beautiful Polygon has performed and what it's done to take a lot of the pressure off of Ethereum's blockchain as a layer 2. Arbitrum, I think, is going to be major for that. Optimism as well. Immutable X is going to be crazy when it comes to NFTs. So we're seeing the layers already start to have a really big purpose to drive Ethereum when it comes to scalability. And now we're going to have layer 2s with almost no fees. Like, Polygon's fees are almost non-existent as it is. One of the reasons why we can do so well when we utilize the Gains network. So you guys are already seeing all the things, the implementation, and now that you guys, are looking at the list and you're doing your research and you're making decisions on what projects make sense for your portfolio, this only gets better over time, because there's going to be more and more layer 2 solutions that are going to keep popping up and being more innovative. Not to mention, this is setting the tone for other networks, right? We're going to start seeing things like Solana, Cardano, right? Avalanche starting to adopt the same things that we see, Ethereum doing. This is one of the reasons why I got so excited about the BRC20 tokens that are potentially going to be launched on Bitcoin's network, because if we see something similar to what's going on with Ethereum happening on these new layer 2s, it could be game over. Like, and it just makes the market more efficient. It gets rid of a lot of the noise. It really keeps things more streamlined, cuts down on fees. So now everybody's really feeling more comfortable about participating and adoption and things of that nature. So when you have all of these things being innovated now, it just takes the market to a whole new level, guys. Like, I get amped up when I see these new updates. And I was telling you guys about this update, I think, like, in February. I kept saying, like, hey, fourth quarter or third quarter, be ready. Ethereum's going to launch a new update. And the last big update I was excited about was what? Right? We talked about when Ethereum was going to put in the burning mechanism, right? What is it? EIP 1559 was the update I was excited about. So I can tell you guys, it was EIP, 4844 is going to be a big deal, because it's going to remove most of the fees from layer 2s. So our job is to get ahead of it and get the top layer 2s before, right, everything takes off, because now we can start to really be a part of the movement. And now, as we see things starting to grow and change, we can decide to reallocate, decide which projects need more of our attention, and it just helps build a much more healthy portfolio, as well as, these coins ain't loyal. So we know a lot of things are going to grow, some things are going to fall away, right? One of the things I know more than anything is when projects start to grow, do not be afraid to reallocate from those projects that have a lot of competition with them, right? So we talked about this back in the day when Uniswap was taking off. We reallocated from a project called Kyber immediately to jump in and take advantage of Uniswap. It'll be the same thing in this year, guy, but you got to be on the platform. You got to be on the sessions. You got to be plugged into, what we're doing here, because when we start shifting gears and changing, the lanes that we're participating in, if you're not here, you're going to kick yourself for missing it.
Yeah, facts. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, guys, crypto's always changing. Somebody messaged me the other day. They were looking to join, and they did. They might be on the session, and they don't mind me sharing this, but they were like, well, can I just join for a month, learn a lot, and then quit, and then stop paying? And I said, that's not how this works. Number one, to work with me, you have to commit for a year, at least 12 months, and you'll see the value. But I was like, this information's changing literally every single day. I mean, even the charts, from a charting perspective, data is changing, structure's changing, equal high. I mean, the market's moving every single day. And DCX is what I've been telling you guys, is be here for 3 years and rock with us and work with us. And I can tell you, in 3 years from now, I believe you're going to be in a lot better position, whether it's education, maybe financial. I can't guarantee that, but I can tell you that you're going to learn. And if you take what you learn, you know what happens when you apply. So, yeah, dude, I don't know if you saw this, but Bitcoin Cash is enabling smart contracts for recurring payments, derivative tradings, and crowdfunding opportunities. And they're about to release smart contracts on this network.
I got to check and see who the leadership is, because if it's still Roger Ver, I don't know how I feel about it. Hey,
No, I just heard about this like a couple hours ago. Take a look at this.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into it because if Roger Ver is still leading Bitcoin Cash, like if you guys know who Roger Ver is, back in the day there was like this whole cult of people that were like following people in crypto. Roger Ver was like known as Bitcoin Jesus. It was like a whole thing, and it just went left real bad, real fast. Like he had really bad partnerships with people and had no business working with them. And he made a website called it was just Bitcoin. I think it was like Bitcoin.com, but all it promoted was Bitcoin Cash. It was like the weirdest thing. Like he was trying to trick people into just buying Bitcoin Cash, making them think Bitcoin Cash was Bitcoin. Like it was literally Bitcoin.com, and all it promoted was Bitcoin Cash. It was bad, dude. Like people were falling for it. So if he's still leading the charge over there, yes and no for me. But I'll look into it.
Yeah, look into this. So I just saw this a couple hours ago, so that's interesting. Tell me how you really feel. But that's why you gotta like I don't remember that. Like that was so long ago. So
yeah, it was the early days, bro. Like, and then you had Craig Wright popping up back and like he was Satoshi, and then we had all the court cases and this and that. It was bad. Everybody was doing money grab stuff in the early days, but yeah, Roger Ver was like a big deal in the early days of Bitcoin and crypto.
Man, well, thank God for you were there, bro.
Me and my gray hairs being stressed out by the market.
You're showing your age, but it's good though. It's good. in this business,
Bitcoin's 40 years old, and I was right. I remember the early days.
Yeah, we were trading at 5 figures. Now we're at 7. Oh.
I use my abacus every evening to trade with. Sliding my little beads across, counting all of the charts.
Well, yeah, I want to talk about who was on DCX Futures this morning, real quick. So this was this morning. Shout out to Danny. He called out a chain link idea. It literally, on the 1 minute, I can find it in here. It literally hit the entry. Let's see if I can find it throughout this real quick. I know he showed it. Oh, actually, it's in the app. This was on the 1 minute chart. Let me know if you were there this morning on DCX Futures. Literally, look at this. This was on the 1 minute chart. Entry.
Sheesh.
It literally hit the exit and then reversed, like on the 1 minute.
Bro, I'm convinced Danny works for somebody. He knows when things are happening, bro.
Man, that was wild. And then I dropped Sol.
I saw the Sol sale. That thing was, yeah.
And we can leave it on the screen. Sol entry 2146, and then invalidation, and then exit, and then Sol. So actually, Sol was activated on like gains here, and then it dropped. It hit 2121. Right, you can see that exit was 2121. It actually hit, and then it just came back into the zone and definitely hit on all platforms. So if you guys played off Sol, you caught at least a 1 to 2. And then a 1 to 3. Right now, this is floating about a 1 to 4. So I would definitely reduce risk if you're still holding this. It did hit the target. So if you closed it, don't look at this. Who cares? We'll see you tomorrow morning. I did kind of say on the session that it was a swing as well, but that's okay. Get your bag. You can see the equal lows that were formed right here. I like these equal lows down there. And then on the 1 hour, you'll probably see me call out a buy off of this level down here on the leverage side of things. But yeah, we're floating right now about a 1 to 4. Our entry was right there, and this is why I would try to avoid not missing DCX futures, because this one Sol setup, right, 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 or 1 to 4, whatever you caught. Right now it's 1 to 4. You close right now in profits. You're done for the week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's. That's what's going on here with DCX futures. You guys see it, but you got to show up, right? You want to see how we look at these charts and learn how to do this for yourself. We were on literally the 1 minute time frame, and literally I said on the beginning we were looking to trade off of this level up here, 50% of that candle, and then the market traded into it and did exactly what we were looking at. So. It takes time, guys. It takes practice. It takes you to lose money to then, learn. But get on these sessions and learn from our mistakes and learn from the things that we've had to go through. Now we're sitting at this level where price could literally just run right through that.
Yeah, man. There's literally zero friction after we break that, if we break it.
Yeah, just fill this wick and come into this candle, and we're looking for some buys down here on leverage. And yeah, I don't know if you guys saw, but the results of last month, Leveraged Ideas just came out, documented about a little bit over, let's just say 10,000 pips, a little bit over 10,000 pips last month, and 16,000 pips the month before.
I really don't know, bro. Like, I really don't know what people are doing. Like, if they're not taking advantage, and even if you looked at like the sheer drawdown from some of those setups, bro, like it was minimal at best. Like, I'm like, dude, man. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like everybody's going to double back at the end of the year, and they're going to look at the results and be like, where was my antennas the whole first 3 quarters of the year? Because nobody's going to pay attention. And mark my words, nobody's going to pay attention to crypto until September, October, November. Yep. Right? Because all you're going to hear is halving talk. Here comes the halving, guys. Here comes the halving. Everybody's going to be getting excited. They're going to be looking back, and they're going to see all the progression leading up into the halving and be like, what was I doing the whole time? I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. In the words of Oren Wright, I'm sorry for your loss. Like, like, what were you doing with your time?
Yeah, this ain't the time to be distracted. This isn't the time to just be, even if you're trading Forex, cool, me too. But I'm not going to only trade Forex. I'm going to definitely be involved in crypto, because just the way the pips are as well, like on MT4, I know this wasn't meant to be, but this was we're up 30 pips here. And look, let's see if this thing wants to take out the low while we're on the class. That would make me very happy, and just go to zero, or not go to zero because we have it in our portfolio, but come down to like $20 right now. But it's key that you guys are showing up, and you're showing up coachable. And if you do that long enough, the results show up. Looking at the chat real quick. They're asking if there's any news on Polkadot.
Yeah, I was looking at that. Dot just did a event with Congress. So we'll see. Like, Polkadot's adoption surge is following presentations to Congress. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. I know right now for Dot, I've been telling you guys, like, with Gavin Wood leading the charge with Polkadot, and he stepped down as the CEO to become like the top, I guess, like the biggest promoter for it. Like, he's like doing PR now for Polkadot as opposed to sitting back doing all of the tech work. I guess he got tired of watching Polkadot get ignored. So now he's out doing all of the, the footwork, getting people in front of it. And he just did a whole presentation for Congress. And I guess they love what he had to show right now because of his decentralization and, the pair chains and how they vote and everything's really, it's hard to come into Polkadot and have a centralized ecosystem when everything is, interconnected, like everything connects with each other. So we'll see. But I mean, once again, if Polkadot's doing well, then that bodes good as well for Kusama, because Kusama is the test network for Polkadot. So if Polkadot's getting good press, Polkadot's going out doing the work, Kusama's probably going to be next up to see a big jump, because before anything lands on Polkadot, it lands on Kusama first.
Facts. I mean, Kusama right now is trading at $25. Oof.
Bro, that thing was at $600, bro, at one point.
It almost hit my alert. You see the alert right here.
Sheesh, bro.
We'll see if we can catch
We may still get that pullback. We may still get it.
I like that level right there. You got to drop that. Hits that level. Yeah, I was just looking at Maker. So Maker almost hit our entry again here at 600. Just chilling in the zone. Good zone there. Once again, Gala. If you have Gala tokens, get them off of your exchange, put them in your MetaMask or your Ledger ASAP today. Okay, so you can be qualified for whether it's a claim or an airdrop. I don't know if they've specified that yet, but just get your Gala off of exchanges. The exchanges are not going to accept the airdrop or claim. I don't know why, but that's just, they're just not doing it. So forget them. Uniswap is in our zone right here between $4 and $5. We kind of see the purpose of DeFi. We know the deal. This might be a little slow consolidation, but you can see we have tons of liquidity building up right here. It's just a matter of time, in my opinion. For that, Filecoin was dropped. I finally dropped File. Hopefully, it can file us some nice numbers to the upside. We're at entry 1 right now. Really just looking at this on like the weekly, bigger time frames. Just swept those lows. I feel comfortable in this zone. Looking for a nice DCA position on Filecoin. Once again, this is I think Filecoin's a 5-year project. So a 5-year hold. So be willing to hold it for 5 years, because the technology, the data, the servers, the use case of it can be extremely, extremely valuable in the real world.
If you look up the patent that Filecoin has, that's all I need you guys to go and do. Just research the patent that Filecoin has. It's literally out of this world. Literally.
That's everybody's homework. Get that done. Come back tomorrow with or Wednesday.
Right.
I'll go over one more. I'll pass it back to Kurt. I'm gonna have to say ApeCoin. I'm hearing a lot of good things about the ecosystem. Daniel Allegre, who is basically running the whole game, he actually just bought a Bored Ape himself with his own money in his own wallet a couple days ago for 50 ETH, which was a really, really bullish move on the, to show the community that he's committed. I like these levels down here. This $3 level, I mean, we know the use case that's going to be in the game. It's going to be, I think ApeCoin is going to make it. I don't think Pepe is going to make it, if I could be honest, but I think ApeCoin's going to make it. So, yeah.
Yeah,
that's really it. Everything else waiting.
I mean, yeah, honestly, bro, the market right now is at a place where we're just, kind of at a pause. And I keep telling people, like, this won't be the most overhyped time in crypto, because there's just this area where the market's going to slowly move and have maybe one big breakout, and then we'll just pause for a while, and then we'll have a nice pullback, and then we'll pause for a while, and then the halving will hit. Like, this isn't going to be, fireworks and rocket ships and everything else happening right now. Like, that time is next year. And I keep trying to tell everybody's, we're going to see all-time highs in 2023. I'm like, barring a Black Swan event, I don't see it happening. I just don't see it happening. I mean, and when I say Black Swan event, I'm talking about like every bank just implodes and the money has to go somewhere kind of thing. Like, but even that, if that happens, we got way bigger fish to fry outside of a portfolio, right? Like, when Mike talks to you guys about, the debt ceiling and them having to potentially raise it, and people say, okay, well, how does that work? That's happened before. Like, no, it's never happened before. We've never had a scenario where the debt ceiling hasn't been raised. So more than likely they will raise it. But if they don't and we default has never happened before on any president, any administration's watch before. So I'm not trying to put anything on Byron, but I'm saying, like, I haven't heard him say anything about financial anything since the bank's been. I haven't seen him talk about one bank at all since anything's fallen apart. So at this point, it's a little scary because it's like no news is not good news. But seeing this happen right now is awkward because we understand the world is doing a lot of things outside the United States right now. A lot of agreements are happening. And if they default, that would be a huge sign that they either have a plan towards changing up the monetary system completely and they don't care about paying back their debts, which would be a really big eye opener for a lot of people. Because if we default, like Mike said, military won't get paid. Government workers, right, won't get paid. So anybody works for the government, it could be something as small as working at being a clerk for the government, whatever it may be. Like, no checks coming that Friday. So you gotta be mindful of how many people this affects outside of just Congress and stuff like that. So it's a big deal. I mean, listen, people not getting paid, they're not gonna go to work.
Yeah. Bro, real estate, you got no money to pay for your rent, mortgage, people stop paying. Who does that affect? The banks. So they're going to get bailed out. The question is, do they wait to the last day? Do they do it the day of? Do they do it the day before? Do they do it tomorrow? Do they do it after? You know what I'm saying? It's like, you see this debt per citizen, revenue per citizen. we have a messed up system, and this is a similar system across the world that eventually will implode. And you can see down here, look at this, money creation, right? M2 money supply. 20. I don't know why that's popped up. 20. That's not bill. 1, 2, 3 trillion.
Bruh.
$3 trillion. Yeah.
This stuff never stops. Like
U.S. Treasury dollars.
This is probably one of the most depressing websites, bro. Like,
yeah, it
when you
probably
come
is.
over here and just see how much money is just being pushed into the system every day, nonstop, over and over and over, and you see nothing getting better. It's like, how are we still doing? Like, it's the definition of insanity. You're doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting something to change.
Yep.
It's the weirdest, scariest thing in the world to watch these numbers constantly just keep going and going and going. Like, when you think about the dollar in general, bro, like it has 5% of its purchasing power that it had when it first started. That means 95% of the dollar's power is gone from inception. Like, we're running on fumes, bro. Like, I don't know if you've ever driven a car and you had like the last 5% of your tank left. It's not a good feeling, bro. Like,
no, you don't know what to do.
You thinking about, do I know anybody in this neighborhood? Because I'm gonna have to push this thing, right? Like, you start looking at my phone charge because I'm gonna have to call somebody. Like, you start looking at other stuff to try to fix the problem.
Yeah, look at the purchasing power of the U.S. dollar,
bro. And we're all sitting here saying, "Oh, it's gonna get better. At some point, this thing's gonna spike up." And I'm like, if you're not investing, if you're not learning how to make your money work for you, you are literally participating with the 98% of people in America that just don't do anything with their money to let it grow. They just, work a job and hope it'll get better. Work a job and hope it'll get better. Like, I was telling one of my cousins, I'm like, dude, we know right now that jobs are going to get tougher to find. They're going to be paying less. It's going to get weird out here. And he was like, man, that's why I'm just trying to find as many jobs as I can now. So if one fires me, at least I'll have 2 or 3. And I'm like, there's only 24 hours, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what do we do? You're going to keep trading the time.
Look at this clock. This is what everybody who thinks that is not helping this.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's scary. Like, you try to tell people, but it's like, it's like you're speaking like that. What is that sound you heard on Muppet Babies? Like, wah, 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 wah. Like, they don't hear you when you're trying to make sense out of this stuff, people. But I get it. It's like all they know is what they've seen. And when you try to show them something different, I heard this. I was in church one day and the pastor said, people would rather stay in a familiar hell than go to an unfamiliar heaven. And I'm like, oh,
preach.
Oh, man, dude. Like, but it's a scary place to be when you see there's an answer. You can learn a skill. You can be in front of it and take advantage of it. Like Warren Buffett says, when there's, fear, there's opportunity. And then when there's too much opportunity, you should be fearful. And I'm like, we're at a place right now where there's nothing but fear and nobody's looking for the opportunity. Everybody's trying to find ChatGPT to do some free work for them and make a couple of dollars. And I'm like, dude, I get it. I'm not knocking, AI, money making things. But at this level, like, you're going to need some skills, bro. You're going to have to apply this stuff in a place where everybody's not doing the same thing. And all I see, bro, on YouTube, social media, Instagram, Twitter is ChatGPT this and copy this and drag this there and turn yourself into a computerized cartoon. And now you're going to copy this and paste that. You're going to put it on a website and they're going to pay you this much money an hour to do this thing that ChatGPT. And I'm like, dude, all that stuff has an expiration date on it. All of it. All of it has an expiration date on it. Because if you can do it, the people that own the website can do it. Like, this isn't one of those, you found the secret code to money. You're going to need a skill, fam. This is where this stuff comes in play.
Bro, 100%. And it's like, I heard this a long time ago. And the person that said it said you could, add, like, to make money, or you can add. So, like, $1 plus $1, you could do that with adding money and time. Yeah. You could subtract. Subtraction happens with your money and time. Facts. You can multiply money. You cannot multiply time unless you have leverage and multiplication. That's happening at the same time. So
I was about to get biblical in here, bro. I was like, when you got down there, I was like, God only do one of these things. And that's multiply. In the Bible, it tells you that. He don't add, he don't subtract. All God does is multiply. You throw some leverage on top of that. Ooh, you looking like that dude with the salt coming off the elbow. Like,
and you look at leverage, you coming on Go Live, right? Me and Kurt probably spent maybe 2-3 hours of total time getting ready for today's class. You get it in 30, 40 minutes. Some of you are going to watch it in 20 minutes to replay.
Man, quick.
So, and this is years, okay, of knowledge and tens of thousands of hours studying, and then we make it look like, we did it in 2 hours. So that's the thing with this platform, with this company, with DCX, you have the ability, you have leverage, right? You also have leverage in trading as well, but you got to learn how to use it. But multiplying is going to take time, right? Multiplying is like, this is the road, and you could start off here, and this is your goal. And people say, well, there's no shortcuts to success. Well, that's not actually true, right? Mentorship is the shortcut, and mentorship will allow you, if you're starting here, everybody thinks they have to go like brick by brick, but what we can teach you is that there's actually a secret pathway. Okay, and we'll teach you how to take this pathway to go here and skip all these people that are going really slow, who actually will never get to their goal. And we'll show you how to come over here. But it's still going to take some time to get to that goal. We show you how to get there a little bit faster. So,
yeah, just get into the DCX carpool lane. That's all.
Put the little thing on your windshield. I don't have any kids, so I don't know that feeling. I know, Kurt, maybe
No, I know.
pulled up in the Jeep. Right,
Yes.
Blasting music.
Yes, I'm bumping it because I got YouTube in the car, so like I'm playing not Cocomelon, but I'm playing like all the ABCs and the what is it, the Tonka truck videos. Like it's like when I'm in the car with the kids, bro, I don't even get to control my radio. Like it is 100% not mine anymore. They cut on YouTube, and I'm watching whatever they want to watch at that point.
Just make sure you pay the $9 a month or whatever it is.
I have to. Listen, I cannot watch YouTube without the pay version now, bro. I'm stuck for life.
Dude,
it's so much better.
That is like one of the biggest pet peeves I have in life is listening to commercials.
Oh my! This is why me and you are best friends, bro.
I'll go crazy, dude. If I hear somebody listening to a commercial in the car or like even in their house,
it like does something on the inside. It's like listening to nails on a chalkboard or something.
Yeah, it's subconsciously just and they're like talking about like diseases.
Yeah.
And,
oh my
medical,
god.
Like in the United States, I think there's only like 2 countries in the world that are allowed to promote pharmaceutical drugs on TV, and the United States is one of those countries.
Oh.
I won't go there on this Go Live, but I'm just saying.
Bro,
careful.
so when you're out of town and you like get rooms, you don't even cut the TV on because of commercials.
No, dude.
I'm the same way. Like I can't watch TV in a hotel because of commercials, bro. Like I don't watch TV at home, but like, you got me riled up right now, bro. Like I'm telling you, like it's a real thing for me. If somebody cuts on YouTube and they don't have the pay version, I just cut it off. I'll cut it off. I'll use my phone, bro. Like I can't watch commercials. It's like commercials are teaching people what to care about, and I hate it.
Yeah. Man, listen to it. It's like it's just bad programming. That's why it's called television, and they're choosing the vision of what you're going to believe and what you're going to listen to and what you're going to think about.
Oh man, you got me going right now, bro. Like we could do this. We could talk for an hour about commercials and how much I hate it, bro. Like it really does bother me on a molecular level. I cannot. Like I realized how long I went not seeing commercials when I finally saw it. When I was like, what is this? Why'd they stop the video? And it was like, bro, calm down. Just an ad. I'm like, oh my God, it's an ad? They still do this? Like I was wigging out. I think I went like 2 years without seeing a commercial. And it bothered me so bad, bro. Oh my, I thought I was the only person that got that annoyed by it.
No, dude, no. You think about it. It's called a channel guide. It's a guide of channels to distract you, to destroy your mindset. And it's to guide you toward really, only thing I watch on TV is sports, right? Yeah. Shout out to Miami Heat, right?
I saw that.
Game 6, locked it
Jimmy
down.
Buckets is performing right now.
That you gotta come down Sunday, Game 3. You gotta come down Sunday to the game. It's gonna be rocking. But anyways, that's the only thing I'll watch if I'm watching TV, and I'll kind of like watch maybe like the first quarter and then get some work done, or I'll have it in the background. But if I have it in the background, I have it muted and I just look. I don't need to listen to like all the commercials and it's just anyways. So
how do you think about how big a deal it is with the Super Bowl? Like people sometimes watch Super Bowl just for the commercials, which is weird to me.
Yeah,
can't
I
do it.
mean, it's cool, but like, I mean, the greatest commercial I think ever is the Coinbase one, to be honest. Right? Have you guys seen the Coinbase Super Bowl
The
commercial?
greatest commercial of all time is the Kobe Bryant Better commercial, bro. That's the best commercial. That one still gets me. It chokes me up every time I watch it.
Bro, I'm pretty sure this was the best commercial ever. If you guys remember this was the commercial. Please do not scan this barcode. Hold on, I gotta make sure they hear it. Share sound. Boom. This was the best commercial ever. $7 million.
That's it.
Was the entire commercial.
Yep.
And then at the end, I think there's a little Coinbase thing. I mean, come on. Come on. Come on. I mean, they charged $7 million for that or $5 million or whatever it was.
I know they were sitting there watching the numbers on the app go crazy when
that
that
was the
commercial
top, bro. That was the top. I mean,
Yeah.
that was literally the time to sell everything and get out, and it'll happen again. Like that, it will, something like that will take place again. So,
Oh yeah. It'll be something like decentralized exchanges will have an app or something crazy, and it'll just be over from there.
yeah, I'm watching it on Go Live. They want you to show the Kobe commercial.
I'll play it at the end.
Yeah, just stick around. There might be a Marvel moment here today.
Maybe.
What's up, Yuki? How are the DCX Japan sessions going? We had a brand new DCX educator. Let's drop congratulations for Yuki for being promoted to the one and only DCX educator so far.
Hey, let's go. Wait, so Yuki is the new DCX educator?
Yes, I believe. Yeah, Yuki2021 is her username.
No, this whole time.
I'm pretty sure, right? I'm not going crazy here. Yuki, please confirm. Yes, yeah, it's Yuki.
Oh, that is crazy. Let's go. Bro,
Yeah.
This whole time, I've been sitting here just kicking it with Yuki like every day.
Yeah, no, I know. I saw this flyer and I saw it went viral, and I know Yuki's doing an amazing job.
Oh, that is amazing. I love it. And Yuki's so dope. Like every time I'm at an event, if anybody from Japan is there, they always say, Yuki wants you to send her a video. Yuki wants you to take a picture. And I got to take a picture for Yuki every time we're at an event. That is so dope.
Yeah, the hard work pays off. Building the portfolio. Yuki had to show the results, the effort, and congratulations on that promotion.
Congrats. Let's go. Oh, that is dope.
Yeah. All things are possible here. All things are possible. Work hard enough and you could be next. So DCX educator team is growing tremendously. Yuki, message me and Kurt on the side on Instagram or something, and let's do a call with DCX Japan.
Yes, absolutely.
Or let's do a call with the whole Japan organization, and we would love to go out there maybe at the end of this year or early next year. So congratulations again. Let's go.
Yes, what Mike said. We want to go to Japan.
Yep.
I need to go to the land of the rising sun.
Kurt's not coming back. I think Kurt is the one country that Kurt's probably not coming back from. So.
But you know what's wild? Out of all the traveling we've done, bro, like I have yet to step one foot inside of Africa.
Yeah, I haven't been to Africa either.
I've never been to Africa. I just want to go to Egypt or something, bro. Like there's like a water park in Morocco I want to check out, but then I saw the water and I was like, well, maybe there's one in Florida instead.
Yeah. There might be one a little closer.
Yeah, like they got like these boats are like they call it like aqua carts, and they're like basically like bumper cars or like a go-karts but for the water. It's crazy.
Oh dang.
Yeah, and they're fast too. They're like jet skis but like little bitty boats.
Maurice is taking me to Topgolf in Germany. So
he don't know what he's doing. he don't know what he's doing. He didn't got the wrong guy in there. He don't know you do this.
Yeah, he was at the one in Dubai, and I was like, they got that in Germany. Let's go with the team. He's like, yeah, there's one in the middle of nowhere, but we'll go. All good. But all right, bro, I'm gonna pass it back to you. I know we got Danny live.
Oh yeah.
But get rolling here soon. South Africa. Yeah, we got a lot of places to go to, right? You guys build it, and we will be there eventually.
I want to go to Senegal. I want to go to Tanzania. I want to check out, all those lit places over there, man. I'm definitely excited about going to like Zimbabwe or something.
Yeah, I mean, I think Zimbabwe is going to be. I think it's already pretty big in crypto.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. Oh, last thing before I jump out of here. This Wednesday, okay, so really, really important. 1 hour before me and Kurt go live, we have the DeFi Summer Bootcamp. How many of you guys are going to be on this channel? How many of you guys are going to be there? Once again, I will not be looking at the chat box, okay? Day one is going to be really like how to get set up. What is DeFi? What is crypto? Some new stuff that we haven't really talked about. I'm going to be going through a lot of the different categories, what to be paying attention to, how to use a lot of like new protocols, older protocols, really breaking it down, basics, how to maximize DCX. Day two, Thursday. Okay, Thursday is going to be at 11 a.m. Okay, very, very important on this channel, 11 a.m. It's not a normally scheduled time, so please take a picture of this and spread the word. Let your teams know. Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be talking about futures. I'm going to be breaking down another futures platform called GMX on that session. So be there. And then Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern, we're talking about the next bull run, right? I'm going to give you guys a game plan, how to really, really catch the next bull run and really how to maximize this company. So can't wait to see you guys. Post this on socials. Tag me if you do. I'll repost a couple. And make sure your teams are aware. The people that don't have DCX, tell them if they upgrade by Wednesday, they can get access to this boot camp. And yes, it will be recorded, but trust me, it is not the same. Okay.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny is this is so funny. It's popped up on my Facebook memories today. Look at this. This is such a full circle moment. 3 years ago today, let's see if this loads real quick. 3 years ago today, I did my first ever course as an educator.
You know what's wild? How often that happens when we're doing these courses, bro. Like even when we did like the tour.
I'm gonna airdrop the picture because we've come a long way from flyers as well.
Yeah.
Look at this. I don't know why anybody would get on this. Let me show this. But you know what's funny is everything we went over is still relevant.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff is evergreen, man. Once you drop it,
Take a look at this. Yeah, I showed you the new flyer. This was the first course we ever did. It's actually what an interesting flyer here. But anyway,
understanding the power of DeFi, how does yield farming and providing liquidity? We're up. Release of mid cap, low cap. Yep. Creating your DeFi dashboard, tracking your portfolio. Yeah, pretty much. This is right on schedule, though, bro. Like every bull run, we got to revamp it. We got to redo it.
Yeah. So if you're new here, okay, this should be a testament to why you need to stay plugged in because a lot has stayed the same, but so much has changed in the past 2 years. So these courses, guys, we don't have to do them. We're not required to do them. To be honest, right? We don't get paid more for doing them. We're doing them to make sure you guys and girls are educated.
It's the hashtags for me. I love the hashtags for me at the bottom.
I mean, they don't call me. I didn't change my name to DeFi Mike like last week, you know?
Right.
It's not but we've been doing this for a minute. Okay. So, all right, guys, I'm going to see y'all soon. I'm excited for this Marvel moment. Peace.
Let's go. All right. I see y'all this as young and handsome, not only handsome. I love it. All right, fam. Appreciate you guys. I'll be back on with you guys later on this evening at 9 p.m. Same channel, different time. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to go ahead and actually play the commercial for you guys real quick, too, so y'all can see it. So, as usual, all right, and as always, stay patient, stay disciplined, and the gains will come. We out. And, oh, yeah. Good night, everybody. Stay blessed, family. Love you guys. Let's get this bag. Let's go. All right. Boom. And let's see. Let's bring that over for y'all real quick. Best commercial ever made. Boom. There it is right there.
Kobe taught us to be better.
Don't cheat me. Push it. Wake up every single day to get better today than you were yesterday. Whatever it takes.
Better dreamer. Better waker. Better stretcher. Better walker. Better talker. Better walking the walk and talking the talk. Better blocker. Better sprinter. Better loser. Better winner. Just be better.
Do the simple stuff right.
Better form. Focus. Better friend. Better fighter. Better rider. Better eater. Better leader. Better generation. Better nation. Just be better. Can you do that?
Let's go. Back at it.
Better player. Better shooter. Better scorer. Better GOAT. Yep. Better GOAT. Better mentor. Better minor. Major. Mover. Shaker. Better skater. Better artist. Yeah. Better teacher. Better preacher. Better believer. Better first. Better future. Better hero. Again. Better hero. Better mother. Yeah. Better father. Better father. Better father. Better father. Better father. Better me. Better you. Better us.